What's up?
All right, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Cork It podcast.
Episode 14.
I'm Nico here with
JJ.
And Dom.
Kyle's currently
Hungry.
eating right now. Yeah, he had to leave to eat some food. He got
Gotcha.
piata, right?
Yeah, you got piata.
Yeah, yummy food. He didn't want to eat it cold, so he's gonna
Yeah.
take a little break, and then he'll be back soon.
Wait, isn't he coming? I thought he was coming
He's
back to
bringing
eat
his
it.
food down.
Oh, he
Okay.
might be eating on the podcast.
So he might be here
yeah.
in a couple minutes.
So we're
a
gonna be
little
eating supper with
ASMR
you guys.
on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So how you guys doing?
Yeah. How's everyone feeling tonight? Nice Tuesday evening. Hey? I know it's past the 4th, but happy 4th, everyone. Hope
Yeah,
everyone
we're filming this on the 5th.
Hope everyone had a fantastic 4th of July. A
Yeah.
lot of fun with friends, family. Got to see some good fireworks, eat some good food.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
It
some
was a fun
shaboy
time.
boings.
Shaboing boings.
Yeah, had a lot of shaboing boings. They're delicious. Joey Chestnut winning again.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Go.
What a dog.
Winning again.
What a
Yeah.
dog. Can't believe that's just like
Yeah. I think we'd all like
That's
to
just
change. I
crazy.
think we'd all like to change our most dominant
Whoa, no,
sports
whoa,
performance
whoa,
to Joey
whoa.
Chestnut.
not
He choked someone out while doing it, too.
Yeah.
okay. He didn't like choke him out, but
He
just,
destroyed someone.
He pushed someone out of the way.
He grabbed his neck, threw him to the ground, and then continued to down some hot dogs.
What was the sign he was holding up?
It
I
was
think
about
protest or
some
something.
Well, yeah.
mayor or governor who, I think it's the same thing about, like, people who don't like
Like just
animals.
like I
the
watched
same
the
thing like
video.
in Minnesota.
Uh,
When the person
oh,
glued
okay.
themselves to the floor.
Because I watched it and like I didn't pause it. I didn't care enough, but like I watched it a couple times to try and read it, and I was like, I swore it said something about like Death Star, and I'm like, what does Star Wars have to do with anything?
I didn't see this.
No, it said something that was Death Star. But it said, like, this person's... I don't even know what it said, but... You're right about the Death Star part. I remember.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah.
At least I
What,
can
what a
read.
beast, though. Choking
Oh my
someone out,
goodness.
throwing him to the ground, and then
In the middle of it.
continuing to just slam
70,
some shaboing boings.
76 shaboing boings.
What's the favorite
Crazy.
July 4th food?
Favorite? Has to be shaboing boings.
Shaboing boings, dude.
Candy yams.
What?
Yes.
Candy yams?
Yes. Sweet potatoes.
Mm.
Easy. I had candy yams yesterday,
Well, yeah.
and they were scrumptious.
Anyways,
Nothing beats the shaboing boings on 4th of
Yeah.
July, though.
next
Where
year.
are some more boys?
He's not part of the culture, man. The shaboing
I
boing
don't know if
culture.
it's a nickname or anything.
Never had a shaboing boy in his life.
God.
You really don't know? Did you not see that?
No.
Hot dogs.
Glizzies.
You're not glizzies anymore?
No shaboing
The
boings.
Shaboing boings.
shaboing boings.
You heard it here first. They're not glizzies anymore.
Yeah.
They're shaboing boings.
So is that all we have for around the league? Is Joey Chestnut dominating again?
Yeah.
Not much going on.
Rudy
We're,
Gobert-
we're, we're not
Rudy
Kyle.
Gobert, the
We're not
Timberwolves.
Kyle. We don't.
We didn't get all the stats.
Hold on.
We didn't get all the stats of around the league. Interesting opener today. Watching some shaboing boing videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't opened before, so this is an interesting one.
Yeah. We didn't do it around the league because we thought Kyle would have.
We thought Kyle was gonna be prepared
Actually,
for
there
it.
hasn't been much going on. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
not a lot
NBA.
happening. Oh, I mean,
Very
around the
quiet.
world, Minions movie, new,
Oh,
fantastic movie. Saw it
greatness.
twice in one weekend.
I've not
we
seen
had
it yet.
to.
Fantastic,
Gotta see it.
great movie.
It's a classic.
Loved it. Loved it.
Jurassic Park, however, was terrible.
I didn't.
I heard it
didn't see
was. Yeah, I heard it was awful.
Yeah.
I was not interested in seeing that at all.
Me either.
I wasn't either, but I still saw
Any new
it.
movies? I need to see Lightyear. I still need to see
Lightyear
Lightyear.
sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed things about it.
I mean, I was going into it. I knew it wasn't this, but I was really hoping it would bring some type like of Woody or Toy Story into it. But it
Well, no, because
No,
it's
'cause it's
about
supposed to be-
about the show Buzz Lightyear. Like, it's about.
You mean?
No, wait. What
no,
am I
it's just
talking
about Lightyear.
Yeah. So
It's a-
supposedly it's the
It's
movie.
how he got famous.
Yeah.
though. It's like
Well,
a
it's
prequel.
it's supposedly the movie that Andy watched.
Yes,
and
that's what I was
then
talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Eventually, he got it for his
Well, why can't
birthday.
we put like Andy in the movie? I don't understand that. But
Because it's not like
What?
it's not a
Like,
Toy
you can
Story.
start
It's not
that
it's not a
movie with,
Toy
like,
Story thing.
Andy like watching the movie and then you zoom in on the movie.
Yeah,
That'd
but
be
then that would be Toy Story 5 or like Toy Story
No, whatever.
point
You're just
5.
using Andy as like a character.
This wasn't like Toy Story though.
But it wasn't
like a
Toy Story.
Like,
different
just I'm
thing.
talking about like an opening scene, just set the mood of Toy Story. You have Andy watching a movie, and you zoom in on the TV.
Uh,
And boom. Movie
That's
starts.
fair. That's fair. I could understand that.
Like, bring
for
some Toy Story into it.
for some context, but
Because my kids are watching Toy Story. They're not watching Buzz Lightyear. That's all I know.
I'll have
Fair
to watch
enough.
it. We'll see.
All right,
Yeah.
we're really missing Kyle right now.
yeah, I
So,
know.
I'm
This
like-
is
What-
this is
what
going
what else is-
downhill
what else
from
is
here.
going on? Yeah.
What else is happening in the league?
What league? There's like nothing going on. Summer League.
oh,
Kings
yeah.
doing good in Summer League.
Keegan Murray is a dog.
The
As we
Kings
all thought
suck
before.
in the NBA, but their Summer League team's doing pretty good.
Yeah, they're great.
Kings fans are hyped about their Summer League team.
I'm happy for them.
They played the Lakers Summer League team today, I think.
2K released the covers.
Oh,
Michael Jordan, GOAT.
Michael Jordan.
That's phenomenal.
I was kinda
I feel
bummed.
like they should have done like a Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes thing.
Yeah, I
with
thought I was kind of bummed Jordan
and
and LeBron weren't together because like 23. That's what I thought they were gonna
Well, LeBron has fallen off.
falling off.
do. What you mean falling off?
He just is not a winner anymore.
All right,
I love LeBron. Kyle
Nothing wrong
knows
with
this.
that.
I've been the
bro's
biggest
2
LeBron fan.
years removed from a
I know.
championship.
I mean, like,
2 years removed from a championship.
I mean, yes, the bubble was fun, but
Dude, I don't get why you discredit the bubble.
I'm not a big bubble guy.
The
it
bubble
was
was
fun.
some of the most purest
It
basketball.
was pure, but like
Like the best basketball, bro.
home court advantage is what makes playoffs.
It was
Okay.
just hooping. There was no distractions. That was the best basketball.
I'm so
like
if anyone else won the bubble, nobody
No one
would
would've
be
been
discrediting
discrediting
it.
No, that's not true because I'm the biggest LeBron guy in the world, but I still am discrediting it a little bit.
For what? For what? Yes. Okay. I'll give you that. Like the teams the Lakers played on the way to that championship, like
it was an easy path.
was an easier path. Like they didn't have to play the Clippers. They didn't have to play yada yada and yada yada. But like that still happens.
It wasn't a complete
Often.
season either.
Yeah, but
Okay.
do you know how hard it is to play like half a season, stop and just stop playing, and then resume to just straight basketball?
I mean, yeah,
That's a
it's
difficult
hard,
thing to do.
But like,
Plus, like no one had their families, no one had any outside distractions.
well, Rachel
like
Nichols was a distraction to some players.
to one player specifically,
Who was that player?
Jimmy buckets,
Yeah,
man, catching
Jimmy
buckets on and off the court.
Amen to that. Rachel Nichols, if you're watching,
But yeah, I think you
Tell
shouldn't
Jimmy we
discredit
said
the
what's
bubble
up.
that much because I was just pure basketball. So I mean, yeah, LeBron's really only out like 2 years out of a winning championship team.
And yes, obviously the Lakers didn't make the playoffs, but are you really gonna tell me that LeBron fell off this
okay,
past
he hasn't
season?
fell off. He had very good stats and he played very well last season.
I'm not saying
But-
he played like great. He's obviously getting
I'm
older.
thinking, I'm maybe
But
his
off a
mindset is
legacy?
fall off. I'm thinking he's starting to care more about after basketball than basketball, which is completely fine. He's had a great career, and he's still great playing. But
I mean, I agree with the aspect that I mean he hasn't.
Michael Jordan doesn't lose to these teams. That's what I'm just trying to say.
What? He doesn't lose with or
With these last two Lakers team, I know it's a completely different dynamic, but I'm just saying, like with Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook,
okay. When was
Anthony Davis
there?
being
when was
hurt.
Anthony Davis there?
Bad role players.
okay, so yes, LeBron's got
Where
lucky,
where was Jordan in year 19?
Nowhere.
he also had played a college career. That's 4 years. LeBron went straight out of high school.
Okay, okay. All right.
Okay, it's very. I said this on my first episode here, or fly. But I said this on my first episode here. LeBron's the best player to ever play the game, but Jordan is the GOAT. I would say GOAT means everything included. Jordan never lost. You can't really.
There was a lot of I saw. I probably can't find it, but you guys know who Nick Wright is. I don't know
I
if you've
love
seen the
Nick
video.
Wright.
Nick
He's
Wright's
so
a
funny.
great-
Did you see the
He's
video
so
of
funny.
him describing like
He's so
how
funny.
you can't discredit LeBron if you're not discrediting Jordan?
No.
So many people wanted Jordan's watch, right?
Yes,
But people
I've
are saying they
watched multiple
didn't.
videos on LeBron Jordan debates when I was pulling for LeBron, but I don't know. Like LeBron's effort on the court, and the last time he was in the playoffs with the Phoenix Suns, yes, he may have been hurt. Yes, Anthony Davis was not there, but
When is LeBron like?
You know, I agree with you the fact that LeBron hasn't tried as hard. I mean, especially
he
on
averaged 30 a game
the
this year.
defense,
I'm
the
gonna give him
defensive,
credit for that.
defensive wise, he hasn't like because
Yeah.
again he's getting older. But you can't
Yes, he's had a long.
Yes,
career.
Jordan went 6-0 in the finals, right? But he still had lots of seasons where he lost and did not make it to the finals. And then people just people are like, oh, but he was 37, 38. LeBron's 37, 38, and people are like discrediting LeBron because he's not carrying his team to the finals again.
Right.
But Jordan did it when he was 37, 38. So it's like,
because my quick question is, did Jordan only play 6 seasons? Because I feel like that's how it gets treated sometimes.
that's exactly how it gets treated. I'm not discrediting Michael Jordan.
Every time
trust
he
me.
made the finals, he won. I guess LeBron has made the finals 10 times, and that's a great accomplishment. But Jordan got the job done when it counted. LeBron let Jason Terry go crazy on him.
He let Dirk go crazy on him.
No, it was Jason Terry too.
All right. That's fair. That was a very horrible performance from LeBron in the finals in 2011. But was that his only finals or his most recent finals?
No, but like
No.
LeBron has also gotten swept in the finals.
By who? Please tell me by who.
In the
Please
finals?
tell me the teams. Please tell me the teams.
The Warriors.
I know. Please tell me who was on those teams.
No
Please,
one.
please.
Okay,
What?
I
Wait,
used
what?
to.
On the Cavs?
Oh, I meant like on that Warriors team.
Oh, I was talking about the
Okay,
Cavs.
I
I got
used to have
swept.
the same argument as you guys. LeBron has played better talent in the finals each year in and year out. Besides that Mavericks finals, yes, that's a big no for LeBron. But MJ played out of his mind
I'm not saying he didn't.
each and every finals. He scored 60 points against the Celtics. I know that's not the finals.
That was not the final. Yeah. Okay, my bad. Yeah.
But
Okay, but what happened? Did they win
yes, when he scored 60.
against the Celtics? No. They didn't beat the Celtics. They lost that game and that series.
They lost that game. I thought they won that game, but they lost.
No, they lost that game and the
Alright.
series.
But still, Jordan played.
I just feel like you can't.
But like you can't say LeBron has played great teams because he's also had great teams too. But that year
I'm
he
not
got
saying he
swept,
hasn't had
that year
good
he got
teams.
swept. Yes.
Who
LeBron-
scored 60 against the Celtics?
LeBron. I mean
Jordan.
MJ.
Jordan.
I want to fact check it.
61.
Yeah, it was.
Game one.
It was like
Right. He scored 61.
It was like.
Welcome
his,
back,
like,
Kyle.
4th or 5th year, maybe his 3rd year actually.
How was your
in the
food?
league. Yeah,
It was actually fantastic.
how was
Good.
the food?
You
He
pounded
missed a
down.
lot.
Yeah, I chowed down.
We've had a little bit of struggles in and out here and there starting the show.
Overall, very solid.
What did you
Yeah.
guys talk about in around the league?
Oh,
Joey Chestnut.
Joey
Joey
Chestnut.
Chestnut.
And
Did
then
you
we
talk
got-
about the Big Ten?
Then we got into
No.
cookouts.
You didn't talk about anything sports related?
Because we wanna
we
wait
couldn't
for
think
you.
of anything.
Okay.
It's
Talk
your
about-
job.
Welcome back, guys.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
is-
starting off.
he
I'm
is
not
not
starting
gonna
off.
shaboing
I'm not
boys
doing
like
that.
that.
I'm not doing that. I'm
You
not
know
doing
what
that.
Shaboing boys
I was
are?
just yes.
I did not
I
know what
did.
those were.
That's what I was saying. I was saying that all throughout. Hold on, I gotta turn this down. No, that's not what I was doing when I said welcome back. I was gonna be like, I'm like welcoming us back to around the league because we're gonna talk
Oh.
real quick
We
about
talked
sports.
about like
Okay, but we got to get back.
Did you
to
talk?
this
Okay,
MJ
but hold
Jordan.
on. So MJ was 23, and he scored 63, and it's the most scored in a single postseason contest in NBA history. He shot.
Okay, but Kyle,
12
tell-
of
tell
22
JJ
on
and
pull-up
Nico
jumpers.
How big of a LeBron guy I used to be.
No, he was the biggest. It was so annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd be like, it's
But
just.
I've
He's like
changed.
a kid from Cleveland. He's just a kid from Akron.
Yeah.
I was like, come
Okay.
on, buddy.
But
He used to be the
So,
biggest.
my
Change,
thing with that
that
though is
doesn't
my thing with
credit
that
your
though is like
opinion
yes,
more.
Jordan was a winner. He went 6-0 in the finals.
Yes.
But like JJ said earlier, people act like Jordan only played 6 seasons, and in those 6 seasons he went to finals
he
every time.
lost to Orlando. He lost to Boston. He lost to Detroit.
How many seasons did
Okay.
Jordan play?
it was what?
But
Yeah,
each-
Celtics won the game by 4 in double overtime.
How many seasons did Michael Jordan play total?
was like
18. It was less
17?
because he skipped like 2.
He skipped 2 between the
But then he came
three-peats.
back for those last
And then
2,
he
so I don't
came
know if I
back.
count those.
Count you,
Yes.
you count those last.
No,
2
no, no.
seasons.
I know. I was joking.
All
1,
right.
2, 3.
I'm gonna fight someone.
15.
So out of 15 seasons, he went to 6 finals.
15.
LeBron's going year 20, and
but,
he's made like 10 finals.
but 2 of those seasons he played less than 18 games.
Oh yeah.
In
he broke
85
his-
in
he
85
broke
he
his
was
foot.
hurt.
He broke his. I thought it was his.
In 85 he
leg.
was hurt, and in 94 was the season he came back from baseball and he played 17 games.
85.
But
85.
he still lost.
85. I believe it was. He broke his foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So 15 seasons
Are you LeBron
asterisk.
too?
For what? Better player?
The GOAT.
I think that Jordan's the GOAT in
That's
the
what I
sense that
just
like
said.
he's the greatest, but I think LeBron's the best.
But so like,
It's similar to it's kind of similar to, and I know this is a bad example, but this is the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
I was about to say that, yeah, because people will be like, well, Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's got the accolades. He's got the story. He's got the basically got the career.
And Drew Brees over.
But I would put Aaron Rodgers in terms of skill above Tom Brady.
But my thing was though, because
Shout out Mark Sedia.
He said that
I have the same argument.
Dom was talking about how what was my argument?
Oh, gotta cut that.
Yeah, I don't know if that
he
was
was-
in the mic.
He was talking about how
Dom was
Jordan
talking
went
about
6-0 in
how
the
Jordan's
finals.
the GOAT because
You can't win that.
overall
He had
player.
6 Finals MVPs too.
He was
didn't
like
say-
Jordan's the
okay,
GOAT because
okay.
of overall player. But I'm like, dude, LeBron.
Not because of overall player.
LeBron
No.
is better overall in everything
It's not overall player.
besides
Besides-
winning record in the finals.
I would say
Overall, I said overall player meaning overall.
just
everything
just
is
accolades.
different.
Just accolades.
So if we're
Everything
going just
included.
if we're going
LeBron
just
more points.
accolades, we're
LeBron more
going Bill
assists,
Russell.
more rebounds, more everything.
I'm saying
I think
So
everything.
it's-
accolades is the only thing.
If we're doing
you
everything
have.
included,
Like-
we got to go Bill Russell.
No, stop. MJ is like steak and potatoes.
what is
LeBron's just like steak.
okay?
MJ's got the potatoes with the steak.
So you're saying skill plus the accolades puts Jordan above LeBron because LeBron's skill plus accolades is less than what Jordan.
How much
has.
more accolades does Jordan have besides 2 more championships?
I think it's
But it's the
more.
undefeated.
I think it's
Six
more of
final-
the.
I mean, I guess.
I
yes,
mean-
LeBron. Every finals LeBron has won. He was Finals MVP. So,
I think it's the only argument that you have there is what do you value more? And this is the only thing I see for LeBron's case is the sense that he wasn't longevity. He was also not undefeated in the finals, but he also went to the finals 10 straight times or 8 straight times, 10 straight times.
Eight straight, 10 total.
Yeah.
8 straight 10 total. So, I mean, do you credit LeBron more for losing later in the playoffs? Do you credit Jordan less, or do you give Jordan more credit for losing earlier? Like, Jordan's won 6 titles, right?
Right.
But that was over a stretch of 15 seasons.
Yeah.
Asterisk on the 15.
Yeah.
So, are we going to give Jordan more credit for just losing earlier in the playoffs than we are going to give LeBron less credit for losing later? Because I think that's the only argument is people will be like, well, LeBron's got 4 rings, Jordan's 6. That's what you have to look on. You have to look on rings total because you can't look at ring record because in that sense, I mean, are we going to really destroy LeBron for making more finals than MJ? Are we gonna hurt? Are we gonna be like, well, Jordan's greater because he loses in the first round instead of the last round? Like, I mean,
Like,
I would
you rather
say
be 6-0 or 6-6.
I'd rather be 6-6 because that means
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
I'd
the
rather be 6 and
opportunity to
6.
win
6.
12.
6 and 6.
Because that means I'm that dominant that I'm making 12 NBA
Yeah.
finals.
I don't know. The
I mean,
undefeated-
LeBron is that
undefeated-
dominant that he's made 10
Yeah,
I'd
it's
NBA
say-
nice to
finals.
never have to know what it feels like to lose an NBA finals.
I would
but
say the undefeated in the sense is nice on paper and it's nice. It's got a clean look to it,
Right.
and it's like I said, like for the overall like career arc, the greatness part of it comes in part of that, right? Never lose finals, always on top. That's a great story for the GOAT,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But in reality, I mean, LeBron's got all these, losses in the finals, and then he's got like, and I mean, we're gonna have to count it against him. These Lakers years,
Yes.
I mean, you count one
Yeah.
championship, which I'm not gonna discredit the bubble at all because I think the bubble is a high level basketball.
Agreed.
That's what we were talking about. But
And
I'm still saying
I would
the bubble
say-
is still less than an actual playoffs. Because I would throw in home court advantage in there and like, yes.
Yeah, get closer to your mic. But
Home
yes,
court advantage is what the NBA playoffs is.
I would agree. I would agree that with no home court advantage, it's kind of tough because you can't level it as the same. But I'm not gonna say that it's not a real NBA championship.
I think with the home court advantage, though, it's like it's a huge part of it, but it's like wouldn't it make it
It's a
more,
level
more,
playing
more
field.
even
But
for both
Yeah,
teams?
but in that sense,
which
you're
makes it
never
more
gonna
difficult.
have. But in that sense, you're never gonna have like for example, you're never gonna have a guy go into an opposing team's arena, fans scream at him in his ear all night, and he drops 50.
Like,
Like
LeBron has done that.
that's tough. Like LeBron's
Oh,
done
yeah.
that, and that's tough, right? Like when you are in an opposing arena's stadium, the
Yeah.
entire arena is against
Yeah.
you, and you drop 50. That's almost more impressive than doing it at home, because
Yes.
you've got everything around you just
Exactly.
against you.
Yeah.
So
That's
in that
what
sense,
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to say.
yes, you could say that in the bubble that everything was equal, so that makes it, more of an NBA championship. But at the same time, you also didn't have any of those moments. It was just your teammates and the coaches on the floor, and like maybe a couple family members that Russell Westbrook was talking trash to. But other than that, like that was it. Like that was it. So I mean, it's interesting because you get a lot of people that speak irrationally on it because they want to either use it to bring back LeBron or push up other players. But in reality, if any other team other than the Lakers had won the bubble, nobody would be saying, "Well, it was a bubble."
I don't know if that's true.
I think it is. I think it is.
Big what if.
I think they'd be saying a little bit, but they would not be completely discrediting the championship.
If Miami won, people would give Jimmy Butler his.
People would be praising Miami and Jimmy Butler.
People would be giving Jimmy Butler his, and everyone would be like, Tyler Herro's had the best playoff performance of all time.
Jimmy finally got his ring.
Stop this.
You know that people
Jimmy
would
the
do
best
that.
player in the league now.
They may cut it a little bit, but like people would be saying, "Oh, Miami won." Like
but okay,
that's fake.
People might say like, "Oh, well, Miami won like the bubble championship. It's maybe not as real as the real one." But nobody's actually giving like if another team won, nobody's putting asterisk on their resume like they are with LeBron.
The main story of Miami won would be Jimmy Butler takes down LeBron James, not Jimmy Butler won a fake championship.
That is true.
Or if he beats anyone else.
That is true.
It doesn't matter.
The
if
storyline isn't Jimmy Butler won a bubble ring. It's Jimmy Butler beat LeBron. Because they do want to pull LeBron down.
The storylines from the bubble don't last long. Like,
well, I think that's
forget, but
dude.
They
people
don't,
do
pay attention to the Lakers.
People did forget a lot of stuff that happened in the bubble because we did see like the fact that we watched Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell go back to back 50 a night
game.
Like that was impressive, and people forget about it.
Undefeated in the bubble.
Yeah, I mean it's another thing. People also forget there was teams like the Rockets and the Thunder were in the bubble 2 years ago, playing in the playoffs, and now they're like fighting for number 1 picks, and people are like these guys are. I hear this all the time. People like compare these two teams to they're the eyesore of the NBA because they're tanking. I was like, they're in the playoffs 2 years ago. People forget so much that happened in the bubble, and people forget that Giannis weren't they a first round exit in the bubble, or second round exit?
Second round.
Was it to the Heat second round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Heat beat
the Heat
Celtics.
played Boston in the
Heat played Boston.
Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Wait, I think
Wait.
Milwaukee might have played Boston.
I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah.
But people forget a lot that happened in the bubble. I'll give you credit for that. But it was a weird time. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah. So in the bubble, the Bucks lost second round to the Heat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize
that. Celtics play?
I didn't realize the Magic made the playoffs in the bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, the Celtics beat the Sixers first round.
Mm-hmm.
And then Raptors beat the Nets first round. I mean, do you guys even remember like the bubble moment where Karis LeVert missed the game winner to send the Suns to the playoffs?
I do remember
against
that.
the Blazers.
Yeah.
He had 40 that night too.
Yep.
Like the bubble was.
You remember
TJ
Mike Conley's
Warren.
missed buzzer beater?
Yeah. And Donovan Mitchell was wide open on the wing. People forget a lot about the bubble, but the bubble was good.
Like probably most remember from the bubble is Bam's block.
Oh yeah.
Luka's shot against the Clippers, and then the Lakers just won a championship.
Yeah.
TJ Warren. What a dog.
I mean, TJ Jordan.
Exactly.
But
Anyways, this all stemmed from me saying, I wish that for 2K23 that they had done like a Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes,
And have like both LeBron and
then
Jordan.
he said, "Well,
LeBron's falling off."
Yeah, he said LeBron's falling off.
He's not the same.
He's not the same, but
he's still averaging 30 a night in year 19.
Okay, here's what I'm saying.
He's not the winner that he used to be.
He's not the same. He's the same like player in the sense, but he doesn't have the same dominance that he used to.
It's insane how good LeBron is that even with a awful team, people are still like, oh, LeBron can't win. But it's like even when they have trash teammates.
And it's also people forget
that's how dominant he is.
He's 37.
Dude.
Yes.
Like that's what I've been saying.
Longevity is big, but you can't say the Lakers is an
held,
awful team. It's an awful built team, but he has players on that team.
Hold on, Jay. Jay, you gotta repeat that. Nobody's gonna hear that.
37, and he's still being held to that same standard.
And that's what, like, because I brought up the point of Nick Wright said this. I saw a video of it. You weren't down here for it, but people are discrediting LeBron not winning at 37, but Jordan wasn't doing anything at 37 either. But people weren't saying, "Oh, Jordan can't. Jordan's not this. Jordan's not this."
That's what he was doing at 37.
and LeBron's still averaging 39 at 37, and he's being discredited for it.
I think that's dumb. I will say the one thing LeBron did that makes it kind of annoying for the rest of the NBA is that his longevity has now been applied to every player in the league. That when you turn 33, 34, and you rely heavily on athleticism, like a player kind of like, Russell Westbrook did, Vince Carter did, you're basically looked up as washed earlier than you actually are washed. Yeah, Russell Westbrook's not the same player. Yeah, Vince Carter was never the same player towards the end of his career. But people are going to start looking back on these players now. And if they're not playing at their MVP level at 37, they're going to say they're washed because everyone's trying to hold everyone to LeBron's standard. Which honestly...
Or even at the fact that 25 is not looked at as a young age anymore.
No, it's not. That's what I've been saying. Recently, if you're going to be a star in the NBA, you got to show up by 22. Yeah. If you don't show up by 22... You're not going to be a star. Because we were talking about Christian Wood, and I was like, he's still young, but he's 26. He's not going to be anything special. Yeah. Like, that's
only because of LeBron.
Like, I mean, how old's Giannis? Giannis is still 26, 27?
26. Yeah.
And, I mean, he's been dominating for 3-4 years now.
I'd actually say that it's less of LeBron and more of, like, the Trae Youngs and the Lukas, with how great they've been at such a young age.
I agree.
Because it's been more recent.
I think it's just because everything's changed.
I don't think it's LeBron's fault for that. I think the people, the younger guys are making things younger, but LeBron's making things older. Like guys this is just the most potent example because it's a guy who heavily relied on his athleticism. Now that he's aging, it's showing most in his game. But Russell Westbrook is probably getting the most flack for LeBron's being successful at an older age.
72 next year in 2K.
That was fake, but yeah, I saw it.
That's fake?
Yeah, that's fake.
Oh.
They just announced 2K. They don't announce the stuff until like later. That's horrendous. Well, they announced
Curry's in 99.
Of course he is.
And LeBron, Booker, and John Moran 98.
That was also fake.
Yeah.
That was on.
That was also fake. I got by it too because I looked at it and I was like, why is Devin Booker at 98? And then I clicked on it and it was like Blatcher report.
Yeah, I'm not that dumb, okay? Just make that clear.
All right, let's go do something. Let's talk about something else.
Let's move on to Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten.
College football.
I think that's interesting. So Big Ten, if you haven't heard, is getting 2 new teams, UCLA. Potentially more. They're getting UCLA and USC right now, and then they're potentially getting Notre Dame and Oregon.
I think that the NCAA football is just going to turn into just 2 powerhouse divisions soon.
College sports will never be the same.
It's not going to.
Correct.
And I think it's
tough. The SEC, Big Ten.
Well, the tough thing too is now you're kind of looking at it and you're just like, and this is the interesting thing about Power 5 versus mid-major is that now there's divisions where you're pulling up more mid-majors into the Power 5. Was Cincinnati a mid-major before?
They were Big East.
Big East. Yeah, well, for football though, they were American, weren't they?
Well, Big East used to be football too, but
but they aren't anymore.
Football, they're in the.
I'm thinking recently they were in the American, which is mid-major, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And they just got pulled up, right? We're gonna see a lot more mid-majors get pulled up to try and save the Pac-12, to try and save the Big 12.
It's gonna be from the Mountain West and.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Conferences like that to get put into the Pac-12, and then it'll just sort of cycle.
Well, Arizona State, I know our president said today that we're planning on staying with the Pac-12, but we're going to the Big 12 from everyone else besides the president saying that.
Interesting.
So all the poor teams in the Pac-12, we're going to Big 12. So it's going to change college sports, and
it is.
College sports was already changing due to NIL. Transfer portal. It's just never going to be the same, which is really sad to say because I think the conferences is really what makes college sports special because the Pac-12, that's West Coast. You're the king of the West Coast if you win your conference. So I just don't think kids have that big of a heart for college sports anymore.
I agree with that.
Do you guys think they should put 8 teams in the playoffs or keep it with 4?
Yeah, I think
if they go to 2 super conferences, you have to.
Yeah. I think even if they don't do super conferences, they should go 8.
Yeah, even if you don't, I think you still need 8.
I think it makes it a lot more exciting if there's 8 teams in there.
There's also been years where teams got put at 5 when they should not have been put at 5.
What year?
The only push.
You could even say this last year with Cincinnati because that was the biggest what if. Was Cincinnati
put up a good fight.
They put up a good fight. No, don't get me wrong, but that was a huge what if that what is Cincinnati with their strength of schedule better than the 2-loss team at 5.
Last season college football was wild.
Oh, it was wild. And the fact that, like, Oklahoma State almost made it at the very end.
Yeah.
And, like, they came out of nowhere, and if they had just won their conference championship, they would have been in.
The only
and it was literally by an inch on the goal line.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just remember watching that game going, like, oh, my gosh. I thought they went to the playoff.
The only pushback to adding more teams is it's not going to change, and it might make it worse, how many, like, NFL prospects will just, like, won't play the bowl games just because, like
the playoff bowl games?
Just because they, like,
Well,
either don't want just risking injury and stuff like that.
But that's a bigger stage.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, you're gonna get more because you know how many people.
Bigger stage is a big asterisk because the Rose Bowl used to be the granddaddy of them all, which it still is. But like players would have never skipped back.
Yeah,
right. Well, I would say in this sense, if your bowl, like for example, if you are a 5-6 playing in a New Year's 6 bowl, you could be like, I don't want to play. And then you just sit out. But if you're a 5-6 competing for the playoff,
well, I love the idea.
I feel like you're playing.
If it's 8 teams, the first round is home advantage.
Kenny Pickett isn't sitting out of that Pitt game if that's a playoff game.
I mean, you can't win whatever if you play, if you don't play, because if you play and you get hurt, it's he was stupid. He should have sat out.
I mean, Matt Corral did it, and he still got drafted.
No, I know he still got drafted, but it was. But I'm saying like, you can't win because if you play and you get hurt, then
it's a lose.
Dumb.
I don't think you're dumb if it's fighting for a playoff spot, fighting for a national championship. If there's 8 teams.
Okay, but how much is a national championship worth if you?
Well, now with NIL,
snap your fibula.
Well, now with NIL, you can still get paid.
Competing for it.
Honestly, Dominic's right. With NIL, you still.
Get paid.
I know.
Players
are staying in college now to get paid. Players are staying in college to get paid. Like Hunter Dickinson, Drew Timme, they're all coming back because they know, I can make another $1 million.
Drew Timme.
Nah, Drew Timme's coming back because he's not making the league, bro.
Drew Timme is fired. So, no disrespect to you on this show, Drew Timme. But I love the idea. If you expand the playoff to 8 teams, the first round should be home advantage.
Yeah.
Imagine Alabama traveling to Columbus, Ohio, playing in the snow. That has never happened.
Yeah, but Alabama's not going to be a low enough seed to travel to Ohio State.
Yeah. Alabama, they're falling off.
Is that your hot take?
That's my hot take.
Anyways,
doesn't really care.
It's a lose-lose.
It is
you
a
play
lose-lose.
and you get hurt, and then people criticize you for it, or you sit out and people criticize you for not showing love for 1 or 2 more games.
I think I would rather get hurt though, fighting for my team than not playing.
Is this like a
yes?
Right,
Most
but
definitely.
then the people who would argue
you have to
against that
you
would
shouldn't
just be
care about
like,
I
what
can still
other
get
people
drafted
think
if I
about
get
you.
"Oh, I know that." I was just saying for the players, it's a lose.
No, for the players, it's a lose-lose. I agree with that. From a media perspective, you're not going to win anyway.
Well,
No.
you're never gonna win with the media.
I mean,
that's what we do. That's my major.
But, I mean,
there to destroy you.
If there are players like who like don't know what to do, like the best thing would just be like, how are you gonna be able to like wake up the next morning and like live with yourself?
I mean, isn't that part of sports?
No, I know, but I'm like, if you're deciding,
isn't that part of life in general?
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you're deciding whether to sit out or to play in a bowl game.
If you sit out and your team loses and you wake up the next morning and you're not there,
yeah,
I feel awful.
I would feel bad.
Yeah.
If you put in your backup quarterback to play and I would feel bad for 1, the rest of my team, and 2, the backup quarterback for putting him in that situation.
And the whole college fan base will never look at you the same.
I agree with that. If you sit out a playoff game,
that's what I'm saying. I would rather play and get hurt.
If any Ohio State quarterback sat out of a playoff game, like for example when they won the championship, could you imagine if obviously there was injuries there, but could you imagine if Dwayne Haskins or if Cardale Jones was like, you know what, I'm getting some draft buzz right now. I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like my other quarterbacks just got hurt. I don't want that to do the same. And they put in the 4th.
But
string.
I still
I'm just saying that's when it
Garrett
becomes
Wilson
to each their own.
Chris Olave crap for sitting out the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, but that's
a little bit different because it's not the playoff. Which is sad to say because the Rose Bowl used to
be.
The
Rose Bowl should be part of the playoffs
every year.
But I think the reason that we look at that differently though is because Jackson Smith-Njigba had an insane game.
Yeah.
Like one of the best in Rose Bowl history. But granted, had Ohio State maybe not had that success and just completely fell apart,
everyone
then
would be
they would
looking
have been looking at
them.
them.
Wilson.
And by everyone, it would have been Ohio State fans because not as many people care about the Rose Bowl anymore.
Jason doesn't have that game if Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave are playing, so it works out for everyone.
It's a big what if, but yeah.
Joe.
So do you guys have anything else you want to add to that, or should we talk about this Rudy Gobert trade?
We talk about Rudy Gobert.
All right. First off, before we get into it, Rudy Gobert got traded to the Timberwolves for basically the Timberwolves like entire supporting cast and lots of picks. So
everyone.
I mean, it was Pat Bev, couple young guys. I don't have all the names. It was Pat Bev, Vanderbilt, Walker Kessler, who they just drafted in the first round this year,
and then a couple.
And then it was 5 first rounders.
Yeah.
So.
But here's my take.
Wait, real quick. I'm just gonna go down the line. Just yes or no. Did you like it?
No.
I'm in the middle.
No, just Jay.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle. I didn't like it from the Timberwolves perspective.
I don't think Rudy
loved
Gobert
it from the Jazz perspective.
Rudy Gobert is not.
I don't really like it from the Jazz perspective, though.
You don't like it from the Jazz perspective?
I like it from the Jazz perspective.
I think
Jazz
perspective.
Donovan Mitchell, like why?
Keep Donovan Mitchell. Get him good
think-
role players and get good
Those
draft
aren't
picks.
that
Well, that's the thing, though, is I don't think they should
Okay.
keep Donovan Mitchell now.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But they're saying they're going to build around Donovan Mitchell.
No, I think
so
that was
doesn't make any
dumb.
sense.
I think that part is dumb, but I think the trade itself, I think that's the best value they would have gotten from Rudy Gobert from anyone.
That's true.
But why?
I agree with that.
Why wouldn't the Jazz want to build around Donovan Mitchell?
With those players, you're not really building.
You're not
Okay,
building.
but I'm
You're
saying
bottom.
okay, but that was just the trade. I'm not just
I mean,
for-
Donovan Mitchell's still young, dude.
for example's sake, like
Why not just blow it up?
they might like keep Bev and like get rid of Vanderbilt just for or whatever. Like I'm not saying that they're keeping Bev and Vanderbilt and like that's it. All right, we're building around Donovan. Good luck.
Oh, Malik
But I'm
Beasley
saying like
was in there, too.
making more moves and whatever. Like why wouldn't you want to build around Donovan?
I don't know. I mean, he's a great player, but he's not going to be able to carry you to the championship.
That's what.
Okay, but-
you hear what? Because that kind of reminds me of what DeJounte Murray said. Because he had a talk with the Spurs and they were like, we don't want to waste your
young
great
years.
upcoming years by
Yeah.
trying to rebuild. So,
But
I
this-
kind of get like,
this-
why would you want to do that to Donovan
The
Mitchell?
Spurs are a different organization than the Jazz.
Yeah, I was gonna say also
but they're also in different places. The Spurs have been consistent, like on the fringe, playing in the play-in,
Only the
and
last
not
couple years,
like
though.
we've talked about this with my whole like tanking thing. Is like you can't sit on that like
The
8,
Spurs are back in
9
3
seed,
years.
huh?
The Spurs are back in 3 years
back as in
in the playoffs
Okay.
consistently.
okay.
I would give them more than 3. Well, it depends if they hit on Victor Wembanyama. Because if they hit on him, then
Malachi
yeah, I see
Branham's
it.
been rookie of the year, so like.
Yeah. No, I'm saying though, if they get number 1 pick this year, whoever gets
You know
Victor.
who Coach Pop is?
Yes, I know who Coach Pop is.
Okay, let's make it
I'm
there.
saying whoever gets the number 1 pick this year, they will probably be back sooner than other teams because this is the generational talent in this Victor Wembanyama.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but for the reason why I'm in the middle on this trade is that starting 5 is
It's
something
weird.
special in Minnesota. I
No,
would
it's
say.
not.
It's weird.
Well,
Cat can play the 4.
His
Easily.
defense
okay,
won't
here's my
make up
problem
for
with
it.
Cat playing the 4. Is you could say yes, he's got the shooting to play the 4. He doesn't have the lateral quickness to play the 4. He's not going to be fast enough to keep up with whoever. Because think about it, you want Cat being the main defender when you play guys like Brooklyn and the Celtics, and they have to match against Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant.
Well,
Yeah.
here's my thing. Like
Kevin Durant
even
hates-
even against the Warriors, you put Looney and Gobert together, and then you put Cat and Draymond.
Okay,
Cat
but
can guard Draymond.
Cat can guard Draymond because anyone can guard Draymond.
Mm,
He doesn't shoot the ball.
Not
no,
anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
But-
anymore.
Okay, but here's
unfortunately.
what I'm saying. In a league full of stretch 4s, Cat is going to be the slowest one.
Yeah.
And it's
But
tough.
we've seen multiple times. If you watch the Timberwolves, Cat takes it on the top of the perimeter, right?
Yeah, well, listen. When I say this, I think they're not. I don't think it's gonna fall apart for them in the regular season. I think they'll win a lot of regular season games.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be matching up against a lot of teams that don't have good 4s. But the
Right.
second you get into the playoffs and you have to match him up against the guys like, for lack of a better example, I mean I know they're in the East, but
West.
or no, I'm saying these
Jason
guys that I'm
Tatum.
gonna name in
Oh.
the East. There's Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant,
Durant.
Giannis, right? Those
They're in the
4s.
East.
I know they're in the East, but I was saying for lack of a better example. Because I'm thinking. Okay.
Or
West.
That was just not an example
to
at
think
all
of
because they're
West.
never gonna play an East team in the playoffs.
Wouldn't it be-
Unless they make the finals. Do you think they're making the finals?
No.
Wouldn't it be Wiggins in the West technically?
Well, Wiggins doesn't
He'd be
play
more
the
of a
4. He plays
yeah.
the 3
I was gonna say he's more
because
of a
they play
3.
Draymond. But all I'm
That's
saying is
right,
that like
that's right.
on even, and I was like even
In a game-
even if they're
in-
not great players, if
Let me ask you this: in the best of 7 series, who wins, Dallas or Minnesota?
like this Dallas team
like
right now,
right now.
It's
It's
going 7.
it's going 7.
yeah.
I could see Luka pulling it off.
I
though.
see Dallas winning.
Luka.
Exactly though, but I'm
But that's
saying
'cause it's
Minnesota
Luka.
can hold a competitive advantage with these two guys.
I think-
Gobert's not the
I-
difference
okay,
maker
here's the
in
thing,
leading
though.
them to a big
Jared
playoff
Jared
push.
Jack-
Jackson
true.
Jr. is kind of slow for his
He's
for his build and his position and his role on the floor, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of slow. His shooting's gotten better. He's like a stretch four in a sense. And he is great. He is fantastic defensively.
Yes.
If Karl-Anthony Towns was a better defender, I would have more, I would have.
They played last year in the finals. In the playoffs, Minnesota and Memphis.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying if Karl-Anthony Towns was a better defender.
I'm saying, does Gobert push him over the edge?
No.
Over Memphis?
I
would say no, because I would say that Rudy Gobert only makes a difference if he's matched. Well, one, defensively, but two, it's defensively against bigs.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert constantly gets exposed by little guards in the paint.
Yeah.
And he can't do anything on the offensive end.
Well, my thing with Rudy Gobert is my problem with Rudy Gobert is.
Say something about Gobert.
No, it was
Jaw hangs. Yeah, Anthony Edwards said
it was like
Gobert
he doesn't put fear in my heart.
Yeah, but it's. I've always said this. Gobert gets exposed by younger guards because the guards that are quick down low, if they get like a pump fake on him, he's jumping every time because he's like too slow, so he's trying to anticipate it. I think Gobert is fantastic defensively against other big men.
Yes.
I think if he's matched up against a big man, it's going to be hard for him to score. But I think with little guards, it doesn't make a difference. So in the sense that it's Memphis, Steven Adams wasn't scoring 25 points a game. It was Ja Morant driving. So I don't think it makes as much of a difference in that sense.
Yeah.
I think that if they were matched up against the Nuggets, then yeah, it would, because you would have, instead of Karl-Anthony Towns guarding Jokic, you have Rudy Gobert guarding Jokic. Yeah, and Jokic is a lot slower. But okay.
Yeah, but I'd rather have him guard
This is a good
Jokic
example.
than
You think
Ja.
Jokic could play the 4?
No.
So why do we think Karl-Anthony Towns could play the 4?
Cat's a lot different than Jokic.
I mean, he's a little bit faster, but
He's not
they're
that
the
much,
same
though.
3-point shooter.
That's fair.
I mean, maybe Karl-Anthony Towns might be a little bit better.
Is not the difference maker that
I don't
Minnesota
think
needed.
he is.
That's why I did not like.
I
the
don't
trade
think
for
he's
them.
the difference maker they needed, but I also think they overpaid for him.
They overpaid for him, but I'm thinking I don't know. I think it could be good for the future.
It'll be
you guys are discounting it a little too early.
I mean, I just don't like the fit in Minnesota, which is why I think that like a lot of teams that I don't love the fit at, they usually do well in the regular season and then they fall apart in the
Which
playoffs.
I don't really understand is
Because that's all
the
that
talk
matters.
after the season was they're gonna get rid of D'Lo, but all of a sudden they're all.
I'm waiting. They gotta get rid of D'Lo still.
Yeah.
You think they still will?
I mean,
I don't
at
think
this
they will
I
point,
hope not.
they probably can't find a trade partner for him at this
I
point.
hope not.
I love D'Lo.
I love
And
D'Lo.
he's honestly, his playmaking, I was like low-key
His
shocked.
Lakers-
I was like, he averaged 8 a game,
He
8
won
assists a
Lakers,
game.
Lakers won championship.
Nice.
He's also like had.
Wait,
a
this year?
lot
If he's
of
on the Lakers this
unfortunate
year?
injuries.
No, like
if he like
before
stayed,
Russ.
if he like stayed
This
on the
year.
Lakers,
I'm saying like when the Lakers got Russ last year, if they went for D'Lo instead.
Talking to my.
If they went for D'Lo instead, the Lakers make the playoffs.
Oh,
Okay,
make the
you
playoffs,
said,
yes.
You
You
said,
said win the
You said
finals.
championship.
They are very competitive. D'Lo and LeBron
Okay, but
may go down in the greatest duo ever.
I think
Their play corresponds so well.
I'm done.
there's no way.
Dude, I'm just saying.
You said they go down as the
They
greatest
said they
duo.
may.
Okay,
D'Angelo Russell and LeBron James.
I could say that Chet Holmgren and SGA may go down as the best duo ever.
It's different. Oh my goodness.
Okay, listen. Here's my problem with that. Here's my problem with
best
that.
passers in the league.
He's a
And
great passer. Don't get me wrong.
he's one of the best.
That's not making them the
not
the best
making them the
duo.
LeBron
best
has
duo of
yet
all
to
time.
play with a facilitator like D'Angelo.
Listen though, but here's the thing about D'Angelo Russell is he's still like a fringe all-star.
If he stays in Brooklyn,
hold
he's
on,
not
hold
a
on.
Fringe All-Star.
I agree with that.
Hold on. I think if he
He's a
doesn't get
consistent
hurt, he's
all-star.
not a fringe
Right.
all-star. I think his injury set him back.
But
And then going to Golden State wasn't good for him either.
if we're talking, okay, he went. No matter what they do, it would never. Just with LeBron, he would never be better than D Wade and LeBron.
Oh yeah. Nope.
No way.
can't-
There's
you
no
can't- you
way.
can't.
Or Kyrie and LeBron.
It's a different.
But I'm saying D Wade is.
What do you mean a different kind of duo? Him and Kyrie would
duo's
have been
a
the same
duo.
duo.
D'Angelo.
We're talking duos.
A more facilitator. Than Kyrie.
Okay,
It's still
D
a
Wade
duo.
was
but it's
D Wade
still
was
duo.
more of a facilitator than Kyrie.
But we're talking.
I would
just
say-
duos.
I love you, man.
I love
We
D'Lo.
love D'Angelo Russell, dude. We're all
love you.
we
Him
all
and
grew up
LeBron
in
are not.
We're all from Columbus. We all liked him at Ohio State. We all
He
like
was-
D'Angelo Russell.
yes.
This is nothing against D'Angelo Russell.
It's just
This is more-
blasphemy that
this
you
is
said
more-
D'Angelo and LeBron may be the best duo in history.
It would be very good.
They would be very
They-
They
good.
would be one of
be
the
a
best
good
in NBA
duo.
history.
it would be a good playoff team. Dude, we also got to stop yelling because this thing is major feedback right now.
Okay.
I will.
If you're saying history, you think D'Angelo and LeBron are better than Kobe and Shaq?
I said May, okay?
Yeah,
that's
terrible.
Kobe and Shaq, fantastic.
All right. I feel like we got away from this trade a little bit. So with that being said, I think we all. I mean, it's just we're gonna have to wait and see. Do you have another topic you want to talk about?
Do you guys still believe KD?
Hold on, I still have. This is my hot take for today. Is actually I don't think KD's getting traded because I don't think. Okay, first of all, if you watched our last episode, I did an edit at the start and I made like a thing where I was like disclaimer where I was like, by the way, guys, we filmed this before we found out that Kyrie was re-signing. Looks like KD's staying.
And then literally right after that, KD announced he requested for a trade.
I don't think he gets traded. I think everyone's value for him is way too low. I see so many, and this is where you kind of realize that like people don't realize how good Kevin Durant is. First of all, not only is he a consensus top 5 player in the league, he's also on a 4-year contract. So it's not like if you're trading for him, you've got a season or 2 from him. Like some of the like the Harden deal was like he's on an expiring deal. We got to make it work. He's got 2 years. We got to make it work. He's got a 4-year contract. Yeah. You have him until like 2027. So his value is so much higher than people realize. And I think that the thing I see a lot of fans doing is they're like, oh, if we trade for KD, we're adding a 3rd star. No, if you're trading for KD, you're replacing a 2nd star.
Yeah.
Like you're not. If you're the Celtics, you're not trading for him without giving up Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
If you're the Heat, you're not trading for him without giving up Bam or Jimmy. If you're the Suns, you're not trading for him without giving up Booker. Even though I think the Suns package of Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, a couple young guys, and a bunch of firsts, I still think that's the strongest package. They're not doing that. They aren't doing that, and that's the thing that people don't realize too. Is
I'm saying that Suns trade, but Brooklyn would be better off not doing that trade.
No, yeah. I would say that
it's just stupid.
The best package are those that have the young stars, right? So maybe like the Sixers with Maxey, the Suns with Ayton. But I still feel like nobody's going to give the Nets what they want. Exactly. I think the Nets would rather sit with KD for 4 seasons or wait until next season to see a trade partner.
In the East if nothing happens next year.
I think they got better the offseason. Yeah. I mean, Sham said this morning, or he was like, the Nets are making off-season moves as if they're keeping Kyrie and KD. Mm-hmm. I honestly think what happens with Kyrie is they play half the season. If it's not working out, they deal him at the deadline, because that's gonna be a favorable contract for anyone that wants to get.
Kyrie scored 50 with KD.
No, they're good. Yes. I'm not saying that they're not gonna be good, but I'm saying that if they get halfway through, Kyrie's only played a couple games. I'm saying that would be a nice opportunity for someone to take a salary dump because he's going to be expiring contract.
I'm saying people are making the problem in Brooklyn a lot bigger than it really is.
It is much bigger than it really is. It's not like, JJ, we were talking about this right before the podcast. The problem in Brooklyn is not so bad that that Kevin Durant would seriously consider sitting out rather than playing for the Nets.
Exactly. And people
agreed.
Ben Simmons.
It's not that bad.
He's about to turn up. That's what I'm saying.
I actually hope for the best for Ben Simmons.
Because him in that offense...
I think if he was in an offense with 2 great 3-point shooters who aren't like necessarily facilitators and can score on their own,
Ben Simmons may have a stat line next year that's 4 points and 20 assists.
Yeah, you put Ben Simmons with Kyrie, good 3-point shooter, Kevin Durant, Seth Curry, Joe Harris if he comes back.
Yeah,
Seth Curry's the biggest X factor in that lineup.
Like Blake Griffin needs to retire.
Yeah, I don't know why he's still there, but
I like Blake Griffin.
But Ben Simmons around all those shooters, it's gonna be special.
Yeah, I think he'd be awesome, and I also think people discredit. I mean, like if we're gonna discredit his offense, can we at least praise him for his defense?
Yeah,
he's like a stud on defense. So
yep.
I think it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with KD. I don't think there was any other major free agency moves. A lot of people got extensions. Malcolm Brogdon, the Sixers,
I like
or
that
Celtics.
For the Celtics.
I like the move, but I just don't know where he fits in with the roster. Because if he's gonna be a backup point guard, they overpaid for him.
Yeah.
Or not overpaid, but they like sent too much away. If he's gonna be their backup point guard behind Marcus Smart, if he's gonna be their starter, then they did fine justice. But
I think the Celtics overpaid, but I think it's good that he like came out and said like, I'm on the Celtics team. I'm not worried about my personal stats anymore. I'm worried about a championship. So I think he'd be fine being a backup. But if he is a backup,
I think it's fine. It's not about what he wants as role on the team. But if the Celtics do just have him as their backup point guard, they sent too much away for him.
But I mean, If it results in a championship, then I don't think it'll be overpaying.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I never want to hear anything about Bradley Beal needing help, because this was his opportunity to leave, to go somewhere to get help. I don't ever want to hear free Bradley Beal, get Bradley Beal some help, because he just signed a 48 or Supermax contract.
I texted in our group chat. I'm like, Bradley Beal talks about he wants to be somewhere where he can win, he can do this, and then he stays with the Wizards. The Wizards aren't doing anything,
you
bro.
Never turn away that much
I can
money.
never
can't.
fault him.
That's what I'm saying about Russ. Russ is never going to turn away $47 million.
But if you're that worried about wanting to compete, wanting to win championships, why would you re-sign with an awful franchise who has done nothing?
It's clear. I mean, I'm never turning down that money.
What have they done?
That Lakers trade was pretty solid for them.
What they do with it? What they do with the
Wizards done?
No, the Wizards haven't done anything since then. In playoff success-wise.
Success-wise, they haven't done anything.
They haven't done anything.
They stole one game against the Sixers with Russ, but that was it.
That's it.
And that's because they played Hack-a-Simmons at the end of the game.
That's the highlight of their decade.
That's not true.
No,
that's not true.
Paul Pierce bank shot.
Yeah, but I would also say the series against the Celtics when John Wall was there.
Isaiah Thomas won.
I know, but that series was still better than any other series they've had in the playoffs.
Okay,
but they haven't won a playoff series. I'm saying that was the best playoff series that they had.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan also won there.
That was the series?
They won that series, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, they did, because it was for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to talk about the topic I brought up before?
Yeah, real quick. Do you guys have any destinations?
Hot takes after.
No, I'm not saying hot takes. I'm saying real quick. Do you have any destinations for KD where you'd like to see him? Just name one.
Where I'd like to see him?
Brooklyn
I'd like to see him back in OKC.
Brooklyn or Phoenix.
OKC
would be fun.
It would be fun, but I don't want to give up what they're giving up for him.
Man, I would love to see him in LA.
Lou Dort signed an extension. Go Thunder.
Deserves it.
I mean,
I'd love to see him
people
back
were
in
saying
OKC.
people were
It'd be a
saying
good
they
story.
overpaid for Dort, but I think everyone's
How's he
making
been playing,
but
I
everyone's
think.
making more money nowadays.
Yeah.
I did
He's a guy
see
you need
the
on your
hottest
team.
take I've seen though was it was the dude from The Athletic who said that Jayshawn Tate is much better than Lou Dort, and I was like, I probably wouldn't say that.
They're different players.
Very different players. They're the same height, but they play extremely different
Dort's a scorer,
positions.
Jayshawn's more of a glue guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The same height?
Jayshawn Tate's 6'4". Dort's 6'3".
Yeah, me and Jayshawn pretty much the same height.
But yeah, I mean Dort's just improved offensively every year. He's only 23.
Yeah.
He's gonna get better.
6'4", 6'5".
Okay.
I'll show you the picture. I mean, I'm standing right next to each other.
No, you're fine. I didn't think you were 6'4".
But yeah, I
think
think
I was.
I don't know.
I'm ginormous.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't think KD goes to OKC.
Right.
I don't think they have the package for it. I don't think it makes sense. I think, in all honesty, I would love to see Raptors. But the problem is the Raptors would have to part ways with Scotty Barnes. They'd have to part ways with Scotty Barnes. I think it'd have to be Scotty Barnes.
I think it'd be one or the other.
Scotty Barnes or Siakam?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's got to be one or the other. But if I'm the Nets, I want Scotty Barnes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also
Scotty
Siakam,
Barnes' ceiling's better than Siakam's.
Siakam. Well, yeah. Well, that's yeah.
I'm taking
As
if
of
I'm
right
the if I'm the Raptors, I'm taking Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., who I love, and I actually saw a stat recently. I didn't realize he averaged 18 a game. He's crazy. He's a good scorer.
Yeah.
I would take Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, another young guy, probably like Boucher, and then like 5 picks.
Bobby Boucher.
Chris Boucher. All right. Dominic, we'll talk about this topic, but
Let's put a disclaimer. Kyle and Nico have girlfriends, and they love them very much. I don't know if you guys have dropped that word, but you guys.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, so yeah, we dropped the
Kyle,
other.
you are in a great relationship.
Wait, I had
It's
a good
okay.
lead into this.
it's okay.
We were talking about.
I don't think Jade even listens this deep into the podcast.
Ella doesn't either.
But
So
It's
here's
the
the
last
question.
5 minutes. They won't be listening
Would
to
you
this.
rather
Wait.
cheat on your girl or snitch on
I had a good lead.
your
into
homie
this.
who cheated on their girl?
Oh, because D'Lo snitched.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We were talking about D'Lo, and I was gonna use that to
Dude.
lead into
They
this.
weren't. he
We're
wasn't
getting
just
we.
like-
There's no way we get out of this
I plead
without.
the fifth, dude. I can't.
Come on, let's have the conversation.
Okay, so let me start it off with this. We've been friends for, like what, majority of our lives, 13 years.
13 years, yeah.
You're like my brother, right? You're like one of my brothers.
Dude.
I am holding you accountable in the sense that,
in
like,
a real life situation.
Yeah.
in a real life situation, this is all hypothetical.
Me and Kyle are holding.
I'm holding
each
you
other
accountable.
If I see him cheat, I'm telling him, like, look, I'm telling your girlfriend or you are. He's doing the same thing in a real life situation. But in this situation, fake hypothetical situation.
Hold on.
Why are we being fake here?
Because we got committed girlfriends and we don't want to get in trouble.
City boys.
Hold on.
No,
in a real life.
I don't know where you're going with this.
So this is hypothetical in the sense that neither of us are cheaters too. We're also very loyal
We
people.
would never cheat in our
How's
lives.
it hypothetical? What are you guys gonna say? You say you're gonna cheat?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I don't know what's bad by going hypothetical.
I'm saying I'm not snitching on my boy.
Shut up, man.
I'm not.
No.
I can't cheat, dude.
I can't. I can't.
I'm not. I'm gonna probably snitch on you.
I'd probably.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'd probably snitch. I couldn't cheat.
I'd snitch.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I said before.
You said before though that we had like a weird debate before. You were like
City
instigating it.
boys. City boys.
I wasn't gonna debate it because I asked you guys, is anyone for cheating? It's none of you guys.
No.
We're all very
Don't
loyal
cheat.
guys.
Exactly. Don't be that guy.
This
We
makes
love
us
women.
seem guilty, dude.
Yeah, I know.
This whole topic
We
makes
should-
us
should
seem
we
like
cut
we're
this?
cheating. I don't
No.
know. I don't know.
We can't cut it because that would be worse.
And they had a bromance moment too. So.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm not even gonna get like in weird trouble with Jane. My mom's gonna hear it and be like, "Why are you gonna cheat on Jane?" Like, that's not the point of this. Got hot takes.
My hot take is I don't think Kevin Durant gets traded.
That was my
That's not really a hot take anymore.
My hot take is Lou Dort is someone you need on a team to compete for a
Oh my
championship.
god.
Yes. You need him. If you're gonna be a championship team, you need a Lou Dort guy.
Yes.
No, not a Lou
And
Dort guy.
guess
You
who's
need
got
Lou
him?
Dort.
Boom.
TikTok.
Yeah.
JJ, say what you gotta say.
Just
man.
do a hot take, dude.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say book it and go.
Oh, book it and go. We don't need hot
take.
takes. This hot take is that this whole last episode was nuts.
Horrible. A horrible episode.
I like this.
It was
It
a
was
good
fun.
episode.
I think
It
it
was
was
a good
fun.
The beginning was very fun.
Was a lot of fun.
I gotta go listen back to that now because I wasn't here.
It was interesting.
I got everyone in trouble this episode. Say it.
We'll see you guys later.
Yeah,
No.
Book it.
Book it.
say book it. It's your one thing.
I said we'll see you guys later. Book it.
I thought you say book it.
See you guys in the next episode. Thanks for
Okay.
watching. Thanks for supporting. Yeah.
Follow us on social
We
media.
love Ella
TikTok,
and
YouTube.
Jane.
We?
Shout out LA.
Hey, yo. Thanks for the support, guys. Follow us on all social medias.
JJ, say it.
Book it.
Yeah.
Bye.